What round they rise and fine ass?
You're playing touch butt with that dork in the park, the ponytail. And I'm the one who ain't got no training partner. I don't think so. Seem to have it all figured out when you're playing midget.
Damn it! 60 G's, baby!
Dust of Shakedown begins right now.
What's happening, Fight Week Show fans, Fight Week Show people? Then we are back with another episode of Dust Up Shakedown, and helping me getting along with that today is my brother McDane, my brother Leroy. McDane, how you doing, brother?
I am fucking buzzing, boys. Absolutely over the moon. Your boy landed Michael Bisping, as you know.
Hey! Come on.
Fucking Mike Bisping, Arnold Allen, and Nathaniel Wood, mate. That's fucking yes, mate.
That's a big coup, man. That's a big scout.
So what's the plan?
What's the plan?
What's the plan? What are you doing?
On a Sunday, coming near you. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna find me, Mike, and Nathaniel Wood and Arnold Allen chilling, talking about UFC 304. And let's say July 27th is the card, so it'll be a Sunday before that. I'm going to have a little look at my calendar now and maybe drop a little teaser of what Sunday this is going to be landing on. So,
that's me, man.
No, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Well done for pulling that off. Salutes to you, everybody. Make sure you're subscribing to the Rambling That podcast. Make sure you hitting all the notifications for when those content drop. You'll be able to know about it. As soon as it drops. You guys want to be showing love to the Rambling That podcast people. Salute to you. My brother Leroy, how you been, man? How's your week been, my bro?
Mate, it's been busy. Been busy, but keeping busy is a good thing. If you stay busy, you stay out of trouble. So we're doing all right.
Yeah, man, that's good, man. That's good. It's always busy around here. We always try and stay busy, and we look forward to a lot of the news that's been coming up in the MMA world, in the combat sport world, and yeah, quite a few things have been happening, man. Quite a lot has actually been happening. Leroy, you have the first bit of news for us. We'll wait for Yao. You have the first bit of news for us. Spin the clip, my brother.
Controversy sparked when Chael Sonnen hinted that Conor McGregor might be undergoing rehab, potentially causing the fight delay. Sonnen claimed it was incredible irony that both fighters have ties to alcohol brands and one is in rehab.
Topic. What incredible irony that both sides have these massive interests in alcohol and one side is in the middle of rehab for substance abuse, including alcohol. Not that has anything to do with this. What were you saying, Daniel?
Chael, did you get the drink? Did you get a package of the Michael Chael?
Did it just get hot in here? Oh, it just got hot in here. Oh, the big guy came out and said it. He wasn't supposed to talk about that. Well, that's why people tune in. We're over here on a subscription service.
I didn't hear you. They were talking to me in the air, Chael. They were talking to me and I'm listening.
It was unrelated. Two guys are pushing alcohol. Totally unrelated story. And another guy is in rehab for alcohol and other substances. I'm just saying that's a tough story to tell. Not for nothing. That gets to be a little bit tough, right? Have this proper drink. I'll see you in a proper while. Because I'm in a...
Yes.
Cloud 9 me, boys.
Proper drink. And still in the proper wow. You man know we fuck with proper 12 over here. But first, McDane, let me come to you on this, my bro. I mean, we know Chael gets up to all kind of craziness on that good bad guy show. But Chael's been a bad guy for the longest. We know what he's all about. But bro, what are you thinking of what he's talking about here about Conor McGregor and being in rehab?
K.E.I.T.H being K.E.I.T.H, man. Yeah, I mean, it was one of them wild drops. I was like, holy shit. Like, because is there going to be some truth into it? You know what I mean? Because DC looked nervous, awkward, and a little bit like, yeah, man, you shouldn't be saying these things. You know what I mean? So it's looking like it might be fucking, what's up, pimps? Western Mass Climber sub yesterday for Bad MMA Mass Chat. What's happening, brother? And Osterberries, how's it going, man? We're all
welcome
good.
To the show.
Welcome to the motherfucking show, boys. I am on a fucking another level right now. So yeah, big KO throwing out the big guns of Conor McGregor being in rehab. Is it true? Is it not? He could be.
That's the thing with Chael, man. Like half the time he's telling the truth. He's giving you the inside track, and the other half he's pulling your leg, and you never know which way is up.
Yeah, I mean with Chael, look, I find that it's a lot of the things that he does put out there. There's a lot of truth to it. He just changes the context of it. You know what I mean? I just almost put like a fresh coat of paint, as they always says on it. You know what I mean? Just to give you a different outlook, a different way of actually looking at the reports that's been putting out. But we've been saying this for weeks, right? You, man, yeah, because I didn't want to come across as a Conor hater, but you, man, was saying, oh, I'm sure Conor was in that club. Oh, I bet he didn't touch a fucking drop of drink. I bet he didn't touch a drop of drink. You, man, was saying, yeah? And you, man, made me look like a Conor hater. And here we are. Yeah, here we are. Talk to me, people. Go on, you were going to say something.
Go on, Leroy.
I genuinely don't think he's in rehab. I think it was an injury. The injury makes more sense to what's been happening. I imagine he's on the drop now, though. The fight's been cancelled.
You do know you can get injuries while drinking proper 12. You do know that, right?
Is this a man of experience? Is that what we're A man of fucking experience.
Yeah, no, just trying to say, you know what I mean? You could get injured drinking that shit. That's all I'm saying.
I'm still trying to weigh up whether Chael's pulling my leg or not. Because I mean, K.E.I.T.H was an old he's since passed away, but a famous convict from Australia whose saying was always never let the truth get in the way of a good yarn. And I think Chael takes that with liberty. So he'll start with the truth and twist it and turn it and spit it out whichever way. Yeah. But you're right. You're 100% right, McDane. DC did look visibly contorted after Chael spat that out.
DC did not look comfortable with that conversation at all. And I was like, shit, is this man actually dropping the truth right now? And DC's like, fucking, I'm shutting my mouth. I ain't losing my job.
I'm not getting sued.
Yeah.
Seriously,
like, I want to work in Saudi Arabia this weekend, man. Shut up.
Like this is employed by the UFC, but Sonnen is like an independent contractor. Like, you know what I mean? That fucker can say what the fuck he likes. So, you know, he's not got that real maybe ties to not say some bullshit. But with DC, he's a company man. He's always a self-confessed company man, and he likes. It's one of the reasons why he said, you know what, when he had a chance to move to Jake Paul, he didn't, because it was being a company man right there where at the arena. I mean, any of the other fighters, when DC confronted Jake Paul in the arena at the time when it happened and all that craziness happened, they would have jumped on him. You know what I mean? We would have seen like a Sean Strickland versus Dricos type kerfuffle that happened in the crowd. That's what would have happened in that instant there. But DC, he knows he's going back to the commentary table. He don't want to fuck with his job. He don't want to lose his job, man. You know what I mean? So he just walked right on after saying to like Jake Paul, he was looking for clout that day anyways, man. You know what I mean? But we know what DC is like. And big up to everybody in the chat, man. Salute to all of you. I see Austin Berry's in the chat. Big up yourself. Salute to you. Western Mass Climber, big up yourself. S Dogs, MMA Talk, salute to you. And yeah.
Western so my question though is, if he is in rehab, and even if he isn't in rehab, do we ever see Conor McGregor fight again?
I really don't know. They're pushing it back to August, is what they're saying.
I think we will. And I think eventually, you know, Chandler ain't fighting nobody till he fights Conor. Like, I don't know how old Chandler's gonna be by the time he gets to fight Conor, but I think that fight will eventually happen, and I think Conor will grace the octagon again. It's just a matter of when Conor feels like it, when he feels like he's ready to put the commitment in. And look, a lot of people are actually seeing it a whole different way. And I was listening to Kamaru Usman and Triple C on their Pound for Pound podcast, and both of them were actually reacting to this news. And the way they took it was what you guys were saying. They're saying it as Conor's taking this fight seriously. He's pulling out because of injury, and he wants to be 100% for this fight, or as close to 100% as he can be. He doesn't want his comeback to look kind of wishy-washy. You know what I mean? He wants to make sure it's a right type of comeback and give the fans that's been waiting for his comeback, the fight that they deserve. But
Chandler's a great matchup for that. The problem is that he's now at the back end of his career. Both of them are, mind you, but Conor largely made his career off of his speed, whereas Chandler's always carried power. And as you age, everyone knows power's the last thing to go, speed's the first thing to go.
Yeah.
Every day that passes, it favors Chandler.
And he's coming off losses as well, so he's not wanting to come back in there and lose again. You know what I mean? Like, how does that work? If he comes off after 2 years out, 3 years out, whatever it is, I think it was 2 years, comes back after losing to Dustin Poirier twice, and then loses to Mike Chandler again as well. It's just...
Well, his last win was against Cowboy Cerrone.
Yeah. That was a while back. That was a while back, bro.
Shoulder strikes got it done.
Yeah,
that was a while back, man. I'm still very, very, very salty about that fight. That fight cost me £50 to Will's pocket. I mean, don't
get me wrong. Taylor's coming off losses as well, but he's fighting, the upper echelon of the division.
Bro, I went through Cowboys highlight reels, and I thought about there's no way Conor beats this brother at 170, maybe at 155, yeah, but at 170, I don't see that happening. And then boom, bish bash. But I'm thinking look at this brother crumbling like a fucking biscuit in the cup of tea, man.
Pre-pandemic, was it actually pre-pandemic? Is that how long ago it was? Like the pandemic.
Wow, that was a while back, bro.
You can barely even remember, mate. That's fucking wild. That.
Yeah, everyone knows that Cowboy Cerrone was always a slow starter in that first round. Though it took him a couple to wake him up.
Yeah.
Thank God Rosie wasn't here when I said I lost 50 quid.
Did you pick
should have had me for that one day, you know what I mean? Big up yourself though if you're watching the playback, salute to you. But bro, I see the chat saying Conor ain't never fighting again. I don't know. I really think he'll be back in the octagon. I just think he's gonna be more on his terms than anything else. Because Conor's it's not employee anymore. People gotta remember that. Conor's a partner with the UFC. It's not one of those guys they can just, you know what I mean, do anything about if he doesn't fight. You can't sack him, whether if he's on so many streak of losses. They can't cut him. You know what I mean? It's like I said, he's a partner. A lot of these fighters are actually paying him. So hey, I'd like to see him back in there though. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I would definitely love to see Conor get back in the octagon and compete again.
Well, that's just it. It's whether you're a Conor fan or a Conor hater, like everybody knows that a Conor card is you're watching. Every man and his dog, never seen a lick of the sport's going to be watching.
Yeah,
absolutely.
For real.
Everybody that's not watched it since he got beat by Khabib will be coming back to watch it.
Yeah.
Seriously. I see about 80 people watching us live right now on all platforms. Please, if you're watching on X, please come over to YouTube. Come show some love on YouTube. Come and engage in the chat on YouTube. Jump over to YouTube from X and make sure you jump in on the Fight Week Show. Make sure you jump in on the Rambling That podcast and come and show some love on the channel. Big up yourself, people.
Drop a comment to let us know that you did it.
Yeah, drop a comment when you come over from Twitter and you're jumping onto YouTube, because then at least we can pull your comment up on the screen and we can engage with you more than what we can right now if you're watching and enjoying the show.
100%.
And also, X ain't paying us shit.
Well,
you'll be helping the channel out. You'll be helping the channels out, man.
But it ain't paying me shit.
You know what I mean? You definitely be helping the channel out by doing that. So please make sure you jump in over from Twitter, jumping over to the YouTube platforms that we have right there for you. We have links in the description. So please make sure you jump in over. Yes. Salute to you. Leroy, we have another story that's popped up. Brother, spin the clip.
Jake Paul versus Mike Perry is official. Perry, a former UFC fighter, has won all 5 of his bare knuckle boxing fights and will face Jake Paul on July 20th in Tampa, Florida. This is considered a huge test for Paul, who's looking to prove himself as a legitimate boxer, fighting yet another non-boxer.
Right, this one here, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like this. I kind of like this fight better than what was originally planned. I don't know about you, man,
Fucking
but I like this. I like this one better. The Mike Tyson thing, we're all saying, oh, maybe first round, if he's able to get out first round. Oh yeah, look, he still has the power to knock out Jake Paul. We all know that power is the last thing that leaves. But the things that I was actually worried about going into this fight is what happened, because Tyson is an old boy. These things happen to elderly people, man. Like, he's a senior citizen. Regardless of how you want to look at fucking Mike Tyson is always going to be Mike Tyson. But he's a senior fucking citizen, bro. You know what I mean? I don't know why they sanctioned that fight in the first place. But this one here,
the fight with his free bus pass.
you know what I'm trying to say? He can hop on my bus, you know what I mean? We'll be running people over, man.
I'll say this, though. Mike Perry is probably the hardest matchup for Jake Paul, for looking for anybody outside actual boxing fight. Like
even against Fury.
He's taking on the hardest challenge possible and still managing to maintain that he doesn't fight boxers. I mean, he fought one boxer and lost. What are we doing? I'm taking Mike Perry in this.
I don't know, man. I think the weight difference, the glove size, and Mike Perry likes to get fucking punched. Like, it's going to be, I think it's going to go to a decision, but I think the decision might lean to Jake. And I don't like Jake. Yeah, I mean, you know my thoughts on that fucking muppet. Like, but as much as I love Mike Perry and everything that he's for, like, I don't know, bare knuckle boxing is different to boxing at the end of the day.
100%.
You can't deny that he's been training, like.
And he's good. He's just not, like, even with a win, he makes a bunch of money, but does that actually help him, his quest to be the greatest boxer of all time? Isn't that what he said he wanted to do?
Right. I mean, when you look at it, though, I know we're saying bare knuckle boxing, but the thing with,
he's already accepted, bro. You don't need to tag shit. He's already accepted.
yeah, he's already on it.
Before people start annoying the man, like, that's it. It's done. Thank you.
He's on it, man. He's on it.
I'm pretty sure when the Fight Week show reposted your tweet requesting him, I'm pretty sure that's what it got across the line.
That's what got it over the line, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Fight Week show. Whew, those some big boys over there. Like.
No, seriously, the when you look at this fight here with Mike Perry and Jake Paul, again, to your point, Leroy, I actually prefer this fight, and I'm more leaning towards Mike Perry as well. And I know he's not a non-boxer, as people are saying, but bare knuckle boxing is still boxing because you can't use nothing but your hands. The only thing that's different is the gloves are bigger over here, and this man here, they're running with hand wraps.
Somebody though, like, if he's not doing that damage where it's going to be knuckles straight to your fucking eye socket, and there's a big pad of a glove to it, is not.
You're 100% right. That is the big deal. Like, you got more to hide behind, and also the cumulative damage isn't the same because you're not getting split up after just one shot.
Of course, it's not the same. But my point is,
it's the closest. Yeah, I mean, it's exactly what Mike Perry did when he was still in the UFC. He basically only used his hands anyway, which he was great. But you know, it's mixed martial arts. He's going to get taken down. He's going to get kicked. X, Y, Z. That's what I'm saying. This is the hardest matchup Jake Paul could take without fighting a boxer.
I completely agree. And I think Mike Perry being in bare knuckle boxing for the amount of fights he's had there gives him that little bit more experience than all the other guys that he's fought that's been in MMA, because
he's not over the hill. He's not over the hill.
Exactly. He's still in a good age to compete, and I think Mike Perry can actually do damage, and I think he will, despite the big 12-ounce gloves or whatever, how many ounce gloves they're gonna use. I still think he'll be able to do enough damage. And the other thing, both of them can be on juice. nobody will give a fuck.
Nobody said-
Nobody would give a fuck.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I seen that fucking Mike Perry already came out and said that like he's feeling much bigger already. He's liking it. He's liking the power that he's got. He's happy with the speed and the cardio so far too. So we'll see how it turns out. In what? How many weeks away is it?
I mean, my dang, this
20th of July.
my
So about a
dang,
month.
this is your body, man. He hooked you up with the John Jones fucking gloves, bro. Like, come on, what you picking in this fight, man? Where you leading, bro?
Yeah.
To my man Mike Perry.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
The bias,
I'm still
the bias over here,
mate,
the bias. You
on
know?
the phone with him fucking going, drum roll, please. McBain MMA.
I was just gonna, because if you didn't pick Perry, if you're still going with Paul here, you know, I would have to think that the bus driver has changed.
Bus driver's always got change, son. You don't hear them pockets jingling as he's walking up and down looking for tickets.
Seriously. Big up Giddy Skiddy in the house. Salute to Giddy Skiddy. I see Robocop in the house. Salute to you, Robocop, man. Big up yourself, my bro. Salute to Yao. I see Yao in the chat as well, man. Big up yourself, yeah. Hope you're doing well. Yao says, yeah, Perry all day. Look what he did to Rockhold. I mean, what he did to Rockhold, the rules are going to be different from you know, the fighting rules are going to be different. Obviously, he's going to be working with 12-ounce gloves as opposed to just hand wraps. So I think, you know, it's going to be different there.
And this is what leads to what McDang was saying, that the cumulative damage isn't as great when you've got the gloves on, right? As opposed to bare knuckle, because that's ultimately why Rockhold quit is just the sheer pain and the sheer, you know, the blunt force for every time it connects.
Yeah, that's like it's a different nuance, but it's still a variable. It's a very, very different variable, man. So oh look who we got in the house. Salute to Yao. Yao is in the house pulling up. Let's get him in. Let's get Yao added to the stage.
Hey!
Yes, Yao.
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening.
Kick him in the head.
Added to that background.
I'm thinking the AFC shirt up there.
I can always tell when Yao just woke up, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I've been off like 4 hours. I was supposed to be up 2 hours ago, but it is what it is. Thank you, gentlemen. I'm here. Let me not interrupt the conversation. Welcome, everyone. Well, welcome to me, I guess. Everyone's already here.
Yeah.
Look. Big up yourself, man. We were just talking about Mike Perry and Logan Paul, and everybody's giving their you know, their 2 cents about it. But you know, what's your take, like, in terms of the fight changing from Mike Tyson, which nobody agreed to do the fight in the first. Well, people like the fight, but like careful people was thinking, no, Tyson shouldn't be doing this fight. So now we got Mike Perry, who I think is a way more, at least, capable fighter of getting this job done.
Yeah. I think, like I said in the chat, for me, if you look at what Platinum Mike has done, specifically in pure bare knuckle, he has been absolutely unstoppable in bare knuckle since he moved over from the UFC. If we look at Jake Paul, having changed an opponent this late, having expected to face the one and only Mike Tyson, to now facing what we can technically call the one and only Mike Perry, I guess for him, the challenge is still the same. You've got someone who, and don't get me wrong, Mike Tyson is an absolute GOAT, the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time. Well, arguably. But to go from him to Mike Perry, who has just been an absolute phenom in bare knuckle, I think not only does he have his work cut out for him, but to take that on would probably add some gloss, some allure to his career. Because if you look at everyone he's fought, everyone's generally over the hill. Mike is a prime fighter right now. So for him to go from Mike to Mike, from retired Mike to prime Mike, I think is ballsy, honestly. And I think for him to take it, not a short notice, but at such a notice is significant. So I'm looking forward to that fight. I never really watched any of Jake Paul's fights, to be honest. But this one, I think I definitely will watch because Mike Platinum Perry is fucking amazing.
100%, bro. Salute to everyone. I see 112, 113 people. The numbers are rising. That's watching us live right now. Please make sure you're coming over to the Fight Week Show, to the Rambling That podcast. And now the Head Kick podcast is joining us. Make sure you're checking them out as well. Make sure you're checking out all the platforms that we're running.
All the links are in the description on YouTube.
There you go. Leroy said, go and click the link, people. Come and join us over here on YouTube and show some love over here in the chat. Salute to Football Capo. Neftali, he's the real one. That's my bro right there. Big up yourself, Neftali. Salute to you, my brother. Big up yourself, bro. In terms of the actual undercard on the card, the fight that I actually want to talk about was Amanda Serrano fight with Caitlin. So who because the last time they fought, it was so close. Some people said Amanda Serrano actually won that fight. Some people said Taylor won that fight. But who are you more leaning towards this time? And I know Amanda Serrano, I'm a fan of her. I think she's a fantastic fighter, and she's the one that actually trains Jake Paul. But who are you guys actually thinking or leaning towards this time? And how do you think that fight will go before we move off the Jake Paul card? Let's start with Leroy.
Let's start with you.
Oh, Leroy, you've been nominated. Go for it.
I don't watch the fight. I don't watch boxing.
Yeah, you ain't getting no answer out of me, bro. I'm like, who? And
Yao, you want to take this one? You know what? I'm gonna give the
I don't
answer
think
here.
about boxing either.
I'm gonna give the answer here.
I gotta tell you this though.
Fucking fail there, or like, I mean,
No, you niggas failed. I didn't fail. You niggas failed. But I failed. No.
So I watched both them because they've had two fights already, right? This would be the trilogy. I watched both their fights. I couldn't remember for the life of me, to be honest with you.
No, it was really, really close. And both times I did think Amanda Serrano won. And
that's Eddie Hearn's girl, yeah?
No, Taylor is Eddie Hearn's girl. Serrano is
with Paul. Yeah, right.
With Paul. Yeah. So I think it's I think Serrano probably takes it this time. But I've been saying that the last couple fights, and he went there. So don't listen to me, people. Do not put your money on Serrano on my account, people. You know what I mean? And none of these guys account anyway, so there ain't no shit about it.
Well, if you are, make sure you have a cash out option because you know all there's going to be spam with that.
It's gonna be 50-50 whichever way you fucking go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, looking at it, you're probably right on that one. You're probably right on that one.
King.
Okay, let's get onto the next topic, people. Leroy, spin the clip, brother.
UFC star Hamza Chimaev was set to headline in Saudi Arabia against Robert Whittaker, but unfortunately, he's been forced out of the bout due to illness. Chimaev released his first statement since withdrawing from the bout. In an Instagram post, he wrote, "We always plan something, but Allah has his own plans for us." This is the 6th bout that has been cancelled in Chimaev's UFC career, with 3 of those cancellations due to Chimaev's health.
Chimaev. McDane, your boy is in hospital again where Usman left him. You know what I mean? I had to drop that in. I had to drop that one in.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, he's still on oxygen after that fight.
It's still on life support. It's still on oxygen. What are you saying about this one, McDane, man? People are tired of Chimaev pulling out, bro. Talk to me.
Mate. I think he's been in like 5. He's had 5 main events or something, and he's pulled out of every single fucking one of them or something because of his health. But since having COVID, he just seems to be struggling, man. He just comes up with like he's always ill or something goes south for him. He's like the next fucking Zabit Magomed Sharapov, isn't he? You know what I mean? Like he's gonna be like, is he gonna be one of these like what ifs fighters? Like if he never had these health concerns and all the shit that was going wrong, is it gonna be what could he have done? You know what I mean? Like it's a tough pill to swallow. Gutted for Rob, man. Like he's obviously put in probably a solid camp, just focusing on focusing on Hamzat, and then obviously it's not going to be him.
Yo. I mean, from what you just heard Magdane said there, Chimaev is not an easy fighter to prepare for in terms of, you know, the way his fight, his actual skill set, the way he approaches fights, and how aggressive he is. But lately, you know, we've seen, as we just seen on the screen earlier on, with the amount of fights that is pulled out of because of either health injury, weight issues, all that type of stuff. Do you think he needs a specialist sort of, I don't know, nutrition, somebody to actually focus on that side of his game? Because if you're not available to fight, there's no ability right there. As my boy always say, availability is the best ability, brother.
Look, I think I would start by saying UAE, you have yourself your own Paulo Costa, pull-out artist. So unfortunately, being a great fighter or a good fighter doesn't help if you're not fighting. We did finally see Paulo Costa fighting this year after a long layoff, but he is one of those fighters that consistently pulls out for different types of reasons, whether it be staph infection, etc. And Chimaev seems to be taking the same route since getting to middleweight, especially. When he was a welterweight, it was also a struggle. They tried to book him against Leon, a few other people, and also didn't work. So it begs one of those questions of how does inactivity affect a fighter's career? Now, I'm going to bring this way off to say fighter pay. For me, this is then when fighter pay comes in. If Chimaev starts complaining about money, we all be like, oh, fighter pay. But the guy's not fighting. He's literally just not fighting. Consistent injuries mean consistent doctor's visits, doctor's bills, medical bills, and suddenly we don't see him at all simply because he couldn't now afford to go and train. So for me, I'm very, very sad to hear that Chimaev's not fighting, but unfortunately it is one of those things in the fight game where you do get injured, you might not make weight, and all sorts of things do happen, and it seems to be plaguing the current stage of his career. After the fight against Usman, we all thought, okay, great, Chimaev's here, he's ready, he's going to make a run, and now we have this. So let's hope that he can come back, and let's hope we can have something consistent, because he is an exciting fighter to watch. I mean, that win he had against the Leech, where he was talking to Dana whilst carrying Leech across the octagon, that's something we want to see again. So I'm looking forward to seeing Chimaev back. I hope he gets better soon. I hope that these things stop happening, because we don't need another Paulo Costa at middleweight. We love Paulo, and that's why we want to see him fight, but then not seeing him fight he just becomes a keyboard warrior almost. So let's hope Chimaev gets better and he gets back to some sort of run somewhere in one of the divisions.
You don't have to go back farther. I mean, even after the Usman fight, he was posting the photos of how fucked up he looked in the hospital. He was in the hospital after that one, all messed up. As a side note, I feel sorry for Askarov, because Whitaker's about to take it out on him.
No, I think Askarov wins that fight.
Are you mad, bro?
That's gonna be a fight.
You mad, bro?
You got to be off your trick. Don't get me wrong, Askarov's impressive, but he's not Whitaker.
Like,
we'll see how mad I am on Friday. Yeah.
Talking about this one motherfucking point. Yeah, I mean, this one motherfucking point's coming back. We're running away. So,
ooh, that point hurts, doesn't it?
You are insane.
You know, Askarov's he's underdog of the week, eh?
Right, hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Did you think that Whitaker was going to beat Hamzat?
Yeah.
MMA maths. Hamzat beat Askarov. So why do you not think that he would beat?
Your MMA maths ain't shit, bro.
MMA maths is shit right now, right here in this question. Fucking answer
MMA maths ain't shit, bro.
No. Right,
don't give me all. Don't be sat here trying to do MMA maths to justify me saying Askarov whoops Whitaker's ass. Like, right. I mean, I think he dragged. I think he ragged
back to Chimaev there. I think one of the biggest problems here is that when he's going to have ring rust, he was pretty much guaranteed a title fight if he had beaten Whitaker. So he's not pulling out for a broken little toe or something like that. Like, he must be pretty freaking serious.
Someone said it was food poisoning. Can't remember who it was. I think that might have been on the BYM pod. We were talking about it, saying food poisoning.
You can flush that out pretty quick with an IV.
I don't know. It's meant to be pretty bad for food poisoning. So fuck knows what's going on.
And he's stuck in Czech now. I don't know what their healthcare system's like, but
Look, I'm gonna go back to Alice Karov right here. Real quick. I think he's way better than Bobby Knuckles. I think he's gonna show Bobby Knuckles.
You think he's better
what's
than
up.
Chimaev then?
I think he's better than Hamza. Yeah, he might have lost to him.
Beat him though.
how do you think How do you think Askarov's gonna win?
How do I think he's gonna win? Just ragdoll him, man. Like
You think he's gonna out wrestle him?
Second round, third round,
Huh?
fourth round, fifth round.
I think.
Don't even
I
say
think-
past the third round, otherwise I'm never talking to you.
Nah, no.
Your credibility's out the window.
Like,
You're about to throw yourself under the bus.
For you. Hey, listen. Don't you worry about my boss. Yeah, when my boss is ready to fucking do
we're the
work.
bus drivers union, and we're kicking you the fuck out.
When my boss is about to drive, you're not gonna see what ends up on the leafy. But look, I'm just fucking about, man. I do not think Alice Karov is gonna do a goddamn thing. I just wanted to wind Leroy up. You know how we get when it comes to these Australians. You know what I mean? So I was just out here doing K.E.I.T.H job.
You only look at Tuesday's episode of Tough. It's Giants, man. We got some wrestling. It's underrated as fuck.
Yeah. We'll talk about that once we get past the topics, but hold that one because I got one more thing on this one here. So before we jump off this very topic right here, Bo Nickel, it was on a certain podcast. I forget the name of the people. Big up to them. But he was saying that Darren Till and Chimaev, they were out doing all kinds of crazy shit, and that's how Chimaev has ended up where he's ended up, right? Darren Till then pops up. I'm sure you can find the tweet from Darren Till. It should be very, very recent. He then pops up telling Bo Nickel, why you fucking putting my name in your mouth? The brother is a Muslim. He don't drink. Don't lie on his name. That type of shit.
And also hadn't seen him in forever.
And he ain't seen him in ages. So don't be lying. I'm just paraphrasing here, but Darren Till was basically saying don't be lying on our name, man. You know what I mean? On something it doesn't know about. But obviously, Bo Nickel, I think he said he got offered the Whittaker fight on this podcast, and the only reason it's not him, and it's Hamzat, is the fact that he was in the mountains and he didn't have no signal. That's the only reason.
Here's what Till retweeted. He said, "Why is my name getting dragged through the mud? I haven't seen Hamza for a long time, and he is devoted to his religion. Please, guys, don't speak out of turn and on rumors, and you don't know are true or not. Just a hyper fight in a different way. We don't tell lies."
Exactly that, right? Yeah, that's what I saw earlier on, and I thought to myself, so why would Bo Nickel try to do this? Then it kind of made sense to me when he then said, "Oh yeah, they offered him the fight, and it wasn't." Look, do any of you think Bo Nickel could be bullshitting here and just trying to insert himself into the conversation? Let me start with you, Yav. What are you making of all this stuff with Bo Nickel now dragging Hamzat's name while Hamzat is laying in hospital bed where Usman left him?
Ariel Helwani guaranteed us that the Conor McGregor fight was going ahead. Where's that? Unfortunately, when it comes to things said on social media under good authority, sometimes they're okay, sometimes they're not. Look at Chael Sonnen anything he says about Drickus is always Drickus did something wrong. Drickus is ducking his medical reports. So when it comes to hearing things from social media, it's not that there's no foundation, but usually the information somehow has gotten lost in the chain. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Look, I don't
sorry
think
to cut you off, but
Bo Nickel should necessarily be
all as fuck with.
Yeah, Austin Berry is right. I just want to say about not believing social media, Mr. 2016, that Ariel Helwani did as much as it can be a doofus at times. He did actually come out and say that it's off. Like, I know he kind of did come out and say it was guaranteed that it was still happening. After the fact, he did come out and say that it's not happening, that rumblings have still been going, and that it's not looking too pretty. That's paraphrasing to fuck, but that's what he did say. To be fair, to give the man his credit,
but hey, listen. Listen. I'm gonna stick up for Yao here now.
He's going to take a while for him to live that one down.
A lot of us gave Yao some stick when he said he heard about that shin injury, and all of a sudden, look at Yao now, yeah. All of a sudden, it's looking like Connor's injured for real. Yao, where did you get that news from again? Did you say?
Back in time. Shit.
No. Big up yourself, Yao, man. 100%.
Yao jumped in a DeLorean and came back with that news.
Yeah, that's it.
Fuck knows where he fucking found that fucking news. You know what I mean? I don't think he knows himself. If people, 190 something plus people watching, please make sure you are showing love to the channel. Come over from X to YouTube and come and show the guys some love on in the chat. Salute to all of you. Let's get on to the next topic, Leroy. Spin the clip.
Kelvin Gastelum faces off against Daniel Rodriguez in a must-win bout on Saturday night. The 32-year-old's recent 2-6 record has left many questioning his UFC future, but Gastelum remains confident, saying, "I'm the better fighter overall. I think I'm tougher and I'm going to come out with the win." Gastelum admits a loss could see his presence cut from the UFC.
You know, I feel like this is my back's up against the wall a little bit, just because things haven't gone the way I want them to in my career lately. But as always, man, I'm coming into this confident in my abilities, confident that I put in the right amount of work, and just confident overall, man. I think I'm the better fighter overall. This guy's a tough guy, but I think I'm better. I'm tougher.
Yeah, Gastelum, man. This is a brother I like a lot in terms of his heart when it comes to the fight game, and it's just fell off. And look, the fact that he's admitting it and he can see it himself is a good sign. But we always say this when we do our prediction shows, like when we see these guys on so many losing streak, we're thinking, bro, you're near enough about to get caught if you don't win this fight.
I mean, so technically he's only on a 1-fight losing streak. He lost to Sean Brady, but it's pretty arguable that he lost to Chris Curtis before that. It was a unanimous decision win, but everyone pretty much said that Chris won that, yeah? I don't think anyone disagrees with that.
No.
Apart from the record keepers.
Yeah, it was.
So, I mean, he might be on a 4-fight losing streak. It's a sharp fall from grace when you think about when he fought Izzy for the interim title.
Yep.
That fight was just mental and top tier. Like, it's probably one of the it's up there with one of the best fights in the UFC and MMA ever.
Yeah.
And now we're at this stage here. And Rodriguez isn't doing too well either. He's on a skid himself with the patchy recent performances. So it could very well be whoever loses. This could be keep your job fight.
Yeah, I'm in agreement, man. Look, I hope he pulls it off because I like Gastelum. But McDane, let me get your take on this whole Gastelum situation, because he's another company man. But when you're a company man and you ain't getting results, then I don't give a fuck about none of that. You know what I mean? Could be a company man all you want. You need to bring your results.
Company winning, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame, mate. Fucking absolute damn shame. You know what I mean? What he's done for the sport, like all the way through his career. Like you say, that fight against Izzy was fucking fireworks, man. But since then, he kind of has he's had some good goes at it since, but it's just not been the same Gastelum. Yeah, even changing weight class, you know what I mean? Like he looked good, I think, in his first fight when he changed the weight class and then came back into it, and then kind of just gone from there again. So yeah, getting cut is it's a shame if that's the way he sees his career ending with the UFC. But
he's got all the skills too. That's the annoying. It just doesn't seem to come together for him when he needs it.
Yeah. No, for real. Yeah.
I think Leroy's saying he has all the skills because Whittaker beat him, but it went all the way to decision. But okay. To be honest, I have no interest in seeing Kelvin Gastelum fight. Like you said, his height, the prime of his career was when he fought Izzy. I mean, 2-7 is a terrible record right now. And fighting is one of those things that you can get better, but you can also not necessarily progress. It might be the skills coming from the other fighters. It might be advanced skills you're not getting. We don't know. But look, I'm glad to see him fighting again. And I do think this is a fight for their job. They are literally both fighting for employment, like you said, between him and D-Rod, looking at their records. It's not a money fight. It's an employment fight. They should probably put that up in the banner somewhere, because that's really what this is. Like Leroy said, if you look at both their records. Okay, Kelvin, let's see what you've got this maybe one last time, sure. But I don't really have any like keen interest in seeing Kevin Gastelum in any form of a run or against any top competition or like, okay.
No heart, bro. Absolutely no heart.
Cold, ice cold.
Cold as shit. Yeah, I mean.
Sometimes you gotta be a savage in this motherfucker, man. You know what I mean?
It's not to be. It's not. Also, Kelvin's only 32 still. So all that he's done, like he fought Izzy when he was in his 20s for the interim title. Like he's got the experience. I think he's got the skills. I really don't know what the issue is. That's why he can't put it together.
One thing I know, for me, it could just be the competition of the promotion. Right, I think if Gastelum was to maybe even get cut from the UFC and somewhere like PFL picks him up, I think he'll do well in a lot of these sort of promotions as well. You know what I mean? I think he can actually go and probably still, because of the name that is already built in the UFC, he'll be able to command, near enough the same amount of fees or payments and payouts with these other promotions as well. So I don't think it's the end of the world for Gastelum. Obviously, you want to be competing in the best promotion, rubbing shoulders with your peers and competing against your peers to see, who the best guys are. But I actually think it's the competition of the promotion as to, Gastelum just turning shit overnight, because I don't think he's a shit fighter, and it's one of the hardest fighters to finish. You know what I mean? In terms of getting him out of there. Obviously, Manson got him with that quick.
He's got that Mexican chin on him. He'll take the shot.
Exactly. He's got the heart. He's got the chin. He's got the heart. I just think competition could be too tough for him.
So I don't mean to continue being brutal on Gastelum, and I hear everything you guys are saying, but. Ola, I agree with you 100%. If you look at who he's lost to, Israel, Daniel Till, Jack Hermanson, then he beat Ian Heinz. Who's that? We don't know. Then he lost to Robert Whittaker. Then he lost to Jared Cannonier. Then he had, like you said, Leo, that dubious win over Chris Curtis. Then he lost to Sean Brady. So it's exactly what Ola's saying. The level of competition that has been put in front of him has exceeded his skills, full stop. And that's why I'm saying I don't really fancy him in against any form of top flight competition. He's a mid fighter at best. If you look at who he's lost to, he hasn't beaten anyone significant since 2019. He's had 2 wins since 2019. Why is he here? So I hear what you're saying about the skills and all that, but if you look at his record, okay.
Yeah,
I think because he changed weight class, you've kind of got to give him his due, and because of how he progressed with his career before all of this, you know what I mean, you've got to give the man his chance. He's probably had some fights left on his contract that they're not going to just cut him for. You know what I mean?
And given his massive boost in popularity after that Izzy fight, I mean that carries numbers on its own. You can see why they'd want to keep him around even a little bit longer than when he should have been cut.
Even though he's lost, they're entertaining fights still at the end of the day.
You're never in a boring fight. You never be like, oh, fuck, that fight was shit.
Mm-hmm. He's always throwing.
Yeah. I actually tend to think that neither of them have their jobs on the line, but maybe he's telling himself that to motivate him to do well.
Maybe. When I seen it, I did think,
since 2019.
Yeah, it's been a while, man.
Smiling Sam was on like a 7-fight skid before the UFC finally cut him.
Tony Ferguson.
Look at Tony.
Yeah. I was trying to avoid that one. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
No worries, mate. I know.
I'm happy to hear that one, man. You know what I mean? Like Khabib believe in the promotion now without losing the fucking round, man. You know what I mean? That's how you really do this thing. You get me?
Hey, he lost to Conor, remember?
Oh, shut up. He took a fucking round out. All right, but he lost to fucking Conor. He took a round out.
It was a questionable round as to who won because Khabib decided to stand and trade. That's how dominant
he took a round out, man. You know what I mean? He just took a round. He just sat around out. So yeah,
quick sidebar. Prime versus Prime. Tony would have beat him. Just saying.
Bollocks. It never happened. We never see it happen. So.
Yeah, because Tiramisu Tuesdays.
Hey, don't this Chandler versus Conor fight start to remind you of Khabib and fucking Tony Ferguson? Because they just can't seem.
It's the same shit.
They just can't seem to fucking put it together for one reason or the other, man.
Except one was eating tiramisu and the other one was popping fingers. But yeah, same shit, more or less.
Yeah, same difference.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, big up everybody that's hung in there. Whether you're watching live, whether you're watching on playback, salute to all of you. Big up yourself. Make sure you smashing the like button. Make sure you are subscribing to the Rambling That podcast, to Head Kick podcast, and to the Fight. Make sure you are showing love. Make sure you're hitting that like button, people. Big up to all of you. And salute to my bro from down under, Australia, Bertrand. Big up yourself, Bertrand. Salute to you. Don't be like Leroy. Leroy is a dickhead.
Yeah,
don't be like Leroy.
You massive dickhead.
I was having a good chuckle about Ospreay's comment here. Wow, someone doesn't like Gastelum.
Oh, Rosie turned up just to rub it in his face. Nice one, Rosie.
See, and then you go and have a shitty take like this.
Yeah, just when you thought you were going to get away with it all.
What?
What comment? Nobody.
Oh, look, Rosie's pulled up.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
Smash likes and stuff. Even hosts that love Fury.
I said nothing.
Rosie's gonna have to go back to the start of this and watch the beginning.
No. Rosie, stay right there. So,
Rosie, your ears must be burning because
yeah.
Before
all of us already dreading you turning up.
I was. To be fair, I was. You see where you're watching back, but big up to Rosie. The one topic I wanted to touch on before we end the show is, did you guys see Izzy's tweets about his walk about his walking or cage walk performance or music? And
you better not.
Very controversial one, because look, I like Nipsey Hussle. I fuck with Nipsey Hussle. The track is one of my favorite tracks. I bang that shit every day. But the context that Izzy used it in, I don't know if you've seen it, Yao, because I wanted to come to Yao first on this one, because obviously he's trying to revive that old shit that happened at the time before he went and fought Strickland. He's trying to revive that back up. You know, the whole racism stick that he had with Dricos before everything went left with Izzy. But what are you making of him using that as a catalyst to try and hype this fight up again?
This is definitely the Izzy I prefer. This is definitely the Izzy I prefer. And I think I said this last week. If Izzy can get back to his pre-Strickland Izzy, before he wore the dark collar and broke it off, like, was it Jet Li in the one? If he goes back to where he would have an entire pre-fight performance to get to the octagon, if he can get back to that Izzy, then he stands a chance against DDP. Now, for me, that shows that he's in the mindset to be there, to go to that place, to give us the entertainment that he wants to give us. And that's the main thing. He wants to entertain us. And he started. So I think for him to channel in all that energy that was in there before the whole Strickland fight took everything left, like you said, where he and DDP had faced off in the octagon. There was all this energy of who's the best in Africa. There was subtones, as you mentioned, of racism, African, what does it mean to be African, all of that. I'm very happy to hear that he's going back to it, because I think that definitely makes the fight worth watching. It makes the fight interesting for anyone who's watching. And look, it's a title fight. It's a middleweight title fight in the UFC. Either way, it's going to be interesting. But to add the entertainment, I'm very excited to see the Izzy that comes out against DDP. Unfortunate that we're all fighting for DDP, that we're fighting all the way down in Australia, but hopefully we'll see you there, Leroy. But yeah, it's going to be a good fight, and I'm looking forward to that mindset of Izzy stepping into the octagon.
So I have the video here if you guys want to watch it.
Please.
I don't know if you want to get cancelled, mate.
Yeah, it's worth it.
No, play it, man. Play it, man.
Oh, goddamn. No
Put on
sound.
the big screen. No sound.
Oh, the sound will get you copyright strike as well.
Oh yeah, copyright. Yeah.
Are you gonna sing it, Ola?
Nah. Nah. I'm not gonna sing it, but look, if people haven't seen it, make sure you go and check it out. It's Nipsey Hussle's song "Rap Niggas." Go and check that song out, man. For context.
Was it on mute?
For context with the video, yeah, it was. Yeah, we
It
didn't
was
get no
absolutely blasting for me.
but obviously for copyright reasons we can't actually play the track itself. But yeah, Easy was going wild. Mandane, I mean, when we're talking about, Yao was just alluding to the mindset, but do you think his mindset that's taking Easy there, or it was just again trying to be disrespectful again to DDP?
Now, like I said, was it last week when we were talking about this or the week before? And I said, I think he's just, took that time away to just chill out, relax, just focus on himself and get back to being out of the spotlight. I think this is just Izzy having fun again. I think that's what that is.
He's just starting to light the embers up and get the stoke in the fire again.
I don't know if I'd read too much into it. I think it's just him doing what he does and just mixing it up a little bit, having fun.
It was also funny as fuck.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I seen it. I was like, God damn.
It's a visual you're not ready for.
Yeah, like you did not expect that to get posted.
Even if you described to me what I was about to watch, I would still be like, what the fuck did I just watch?
I saw that shit and I thought to myself, oh my God, this brother's gonna get me fucking cancelled, man.
Yeah.
I fuck with this brother, I defend him to the fucking hills and back, and then he goes and put this kind of crazy shit out. Like, how am I supposed to defend this shit right here? But look, Easy is always gonna be easy, and this is what I'm gonna say, right? Yeah, to me, this is for the fans. I think with DDP, the beef is actually squashed between both of them. So whatever you see that comes out of is just fight building. It's just them trying to build up the fight. I don't think the animosity that we saw initially before Izzy started, before Izzy went to fight Strickland and lose, I don't think that animosity is there between both of them. I actually think that's bad.
Especially after it was brought, like after fans pointed out to him what he was saying to Whitaker and how it was hypocritical of him not to have the same opinion.
Exactly that. And he's from what I heard, he's apologized to DDP. He actually said in one of the interviews that he's spoken to him, he's apologized to him and all of that's buried. But for this to come back up, I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, is he trying to wake up this crazy shit again? Is he?
Or he just, because I genuinely thought it was funny. So I was like, that's actually fun. I think everyone's pretty much at the point where we just want to see the fight. I don't even think that Izzy deserves a title shot right now, but I'm still down for it because I just want to see the fight.
Yeah, look, that's one thing that I'd be in agreement with. I don't think he deserves a title fight. I don't think he should have been. I actually think Strickland should have gotten the rematch over Izzy. But look, this fight. This is the one fight that should have taken place, but for some crazy shit, for some crazy reasons, it didn't happen. They put Strickland in it, and UFC probably thought, easy thing. Strickland will get in there, probably
quick layup onto the next.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Quick thing, Easy gets him out of there, and then they get to the DDP fight. But MMA has its way of doing things, you know. The MMA gods, they had their own plans.
Conspiracy theory. Maybe the UFC is softening DDP up for a tough run. What does that mean? He's about to face one of the best middleweights ever. Fresh-minded and physically fresh because he hasn't fought in over a year. Strickland just fought. If he fights Strickland after this, Strickland will be fairly fresh as well because DDP is also going to need some time off, and Strickland's probably not going to fight again in that time because he's going to be waiting for the title fight. So, it could be that now. Exactly. So it could be actually setting DDP up for a short title run because that's setting him up for some tough opponents. However, we have talked about champion's prerogative. The champ has the prerogative of accepting or declining fights. And DDP took this fight against a very fresh-minded, physically fresh Izzy. So 2 things. 1, could be the UFC setting him up. 2, it's definitely Dricus saying, listen, I am the UFC middleweight champion. Give me Izzy because first I need to squash the beef. Then I need to clean out the division. Then I'm going to go for a heavyweight title. Yes, I'm DDP all the way. Let's get it. Let's go.
I like it.
Yeah.
The next thing they'll put him against Kevin Gastelum just to have one last fight. I can't even see it.
Gastelum's just title shot.
No, I don't want to see that, man. I don't want to see that. I look, I wouldn't mind seeing Gastelum in any other promotion, but yeah, I don't think that happens. Giddy says, say what you wanted to say, Ola, easy by decision, leg kicks. Oh, come on, bro. Come on, man.
I'm pretty sure Springbok's gonna be the Aussies. I don't think that one's a question.
The only thing
let me get this kiddie, man. You know what I mean? We'll see. We will see come fight day, bro. You know what I mean? You I'm sure you're gonna be here when we do the watch along, but you're gonna see during fight day, man. You know what I mean? I fuck with both guys, but you'd never see me drive the bus over a man that carries the colors of my country, man. So yeah, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But we will get there.
You're Chinese,
in all good time. In good time.
Oh, you're Chinese?
Huh?
You're Chinese?
Yeah. I'm Blackinese. You didn't hear about it? We was in rush hour. We was in rush hour too, brother. What's wrong with you?
And with that, folks, peace.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just thought you were high this whole time.
God damn it,
oh my God, no. You know what? This is going left very, very
You were
fast.
smoking too much of that devil's lettuce, son.
You know what I mean? This is going left very, very fast. Hey, you people, we've come to the end of the show. Big up to all of you, man. Salute to everybody that's joined up to now. We've got over 270 people watching us live across all our platforms. Salute to every single one of you. Make sure you're jumping over to the YouTube channels to show some love. Make sure you're subscribing to the Head Kick podcast, to the Rambling Dad podcast, and to the Fight Week show. Magdane, we've already asked you what you got coming up, but you want to plug it again. Let the people know
I'll plug it
what the cat's dragging in.
one more time. So anybody watching this on Twitter, thank you very fucking much. If you had anything to do with liking, commenting, sharing, and absolutely spreading the word to get Mike Bisping onto the show. Make sure you are subscribed to the Ram with Dad podcast, as well as these guys. Fucking kick them in the head and the Fight Week show. Follow the boys, follow the content, support us.
Kick him in the head!
And yeah, I've got Michael Bisping, people, so I'm going to be holding a YouTube live, and I've just had a little look at the events that are coming up. I've had a little look at the calendar. We've got a fresh little week in there for the 7th of July where there's nothing happening. There's a break in the action, so I think that's the one I'm going to target it for. So 7th of July, Arnold Allen, Nathaniel Wood, and to top it off, with the help of every single one of you fucking amazing people, Michael Bisping, and I might even see if I can get a couple more guests, 1 or 2 more in there, just to roll it off to talk about UFC 304 coming up in Manchester, July 27th. Fucking get on it, people.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, man. Big up. Salute for that one. And Yao, what do you got coming up on the Head Kick podcast? Kick him in the head. Tell the people, brother.
First of all, Magdane, fucking amazing getting Bisping. That's some good work. Looking forward to hearing him speaking on your pod. That's going to be so entertaining. What we have coming up, we've got EFC 115 coming up in 2.5 weeks. We have the one and only Igas Manikabessa returning against the Phenom, Humphrey, King Cobra Mulenga, Dante. That's really what we're prepping for now is EFC 115. We've got interviews lined up coming with all the top fighters from that event. And yeah, so we're just going to be running up to EFC 115, looking up to UFC 304, as Magdane said. And yeah, it's going to be an absolute banger.
Yeah, it's going to be a good fight. That's a good main event.
And your people, make sure you keep it in lock.
Shout out,
please carry on.
Sorry, shout out to Southside Ninja. He won our competition. He won the towel. So shout out to you, Southside Ninja. Looking forward to hang out with you again at EFC 115.
Oh, you won
big up to our sponsors as well.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to Southside Ninja, man. Big up yourself.
Make sure
you
use
yourself. Congratulations.
You beat him this time, though. You know what I mean?
Don't do something I wouldn't do with them towels. Yeah, just so you're the side.
I was watching an Izzy.
Yeah, you're easy
I'll
on
send
his
the towel
dogs,
to
man.
Leroy to cry when Liverpool loses.
Oh my God! Oh, shots fired!
Sorry, Leroy.
And people, on Friday, come join us. We're going to be doing the prediction show for this weekend's card. So come join us for the prediction show. It's going to be hella funny. I did so bad this weekend. This brother's just 1 point off for me. I was sweating it, but I'm so precious about my points. I'm glad he didn't get to the table. Held him off for another fucking week. Come join us this Friday as I keep attempting to keep my Dane off the top of the table.
Stave this man away.
as I keep attempting to keep him off the top of the table, man. So come check us out Friday, 9 p.m. on the Fight Week show. We're going to be doing the prediction show on there. And yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back this Friday. So salute to all of you. And Leroy, thank you so much for all the good work that you do across all platforms, across everybody's channel. You're the man. People don't understand the crazy shit that this man does in the back. We give him shit. We give him shit all the time. But he loves it as well, man. He's weird.
I'm still yet to see a single fuck Leroy in the chat.
He's fucking weird like that, isn't he? That's what I'm saying.
He's bitches for not writing fuck Leroy in the chat every time.
He's gagging for, like, bro, come on, man. Give it to him, man. You know what I mean? Fuck Leroy.
Run it.
That's how the cookie crumbles.
Why are you trying to hurt my feelings, man? I said it in the chat.
Ain't nobody hurt your feelings. I am part of the chat. I'm part of the chat.
You can't hurt a dickhead's feelings.
Serious.
That's
man.
right. And it's all good because all was picking Askarov to win. So good luck with that.
Nah, I was fucking around, man. You know what I mean? But boy, now I'm thinking. Now I'm thinking about it.
I've already got it on the spreadsheet, mate. That's locked in. I made that cell uneditable.
I was fucking. That's no. Like I am precious about my point. This man is waiting for me to pick Alice Kurov Duggan. No. That ain't happening, bro. That ain't happening. But yeah, Leroy is a dickhead.
The Fight Week show.
Where's the ukulele, McGregor?
Hey guys.